So Matt here. The new hobby I'm going to start recording is running. So for some people, running is much more than a hobby, but we're going to start with that. So previously, I had went from like literally nothing. I had not ran in a very long time. I have done the Couch to 5K. It was great. I definitely had to reduce some weeks as I was building up. So I went from zero, like literally, truly couch. Hate running. It's not my thing. And ended up finishing that. And then I am now training for a 10K. That'll be around Thanksgiving. So I'll be moving to the like 5K to 10K part of that, and we'll update. Previous to this kind of running experience, the furthest I've ever ran is exactly 3 miles. So I am now at the point that I'm doing the whole like Lord of the Rings thing, and every step that I take is the farthest I've ever been away from home. So every step that I take is the furthest I've ever ran. I just kind of use it for like a good exercise that I can't talk myself out of right now. So that's really like the only barrier that I have is running shoes. And that was the only thing. It's like, as long as I could put on my running shoes, I can go work out. When I was doing the Couch to 5K, I started with On Running. I just had their lifestyle shoe. And they said they were running shoes. I didn't know anything. So I managed to finish that, and then thankfully I went and got Brooks running shoes, and I've noticed a huge difference in those. So actually having a running shoe has helped a ton. So the goal is go from a 5K to a 10K. I've got a couple of months to do that. I thought that my 0 to 5K would take much longer than it actually did. So it was like 9 weeks, 8 weeks, and I thought it would take 4 or 5 months. So it seems like a realistic time frame for me to be able to do that. Other things of note, I'm like 6 foot, 220, 225. Whenever I started the Couch to 5K, I was 6 foot, 250. And the only real big difference I did was literally just running. So that made a huge difference. So I'm interested to see where I will end up being kind of at the end of the 10K at that time. So feeling better. It's really annoying that like as my baseline cardio fitness is getting better, it just makes everything else easier. So things to notice. Okay, so this is going to be start of day 1. So I haven't ran in a couple of weeks. The furthest I ran was like 34 minutes, which was my 5K time. So I'm going back on the program, and I'll do 25. So I think that's week 8, and then go up from there. Don't know how people record and keep a phone steady. So running about halfway, and my neighborhood's park, the little mower is going. See it going, it's a little robot. Couple minutes in, a couple minutes left. Deer on the run. Okay, so just finished up 28 minutes, and I averaged out about 12 minutes a mile, which is a little slower than I was when I was just finished running. I was like 11:15-ish, so I don't hate that, but keep working at it, and then after this one I'll just post my little screenshot. I realized at my fitness I did a 5-minute warm-up beforehand, so that's in there too. But so let's run again. It was kind of in the high 70s, and Ohio means it's all the humidity, but not bad. Okay, about to start day 2. So that's 28-minute run. Feeling a bit sore, but oh well. So going to make a bit longer time to go ahead and stretch and warm up. Okay. So run is done. It's about 2.55 miles. My rolling average mile was like 10:55, something like that. So faster than the last run, which was like mid 11s, almost 12, or actually it might have been 12. I think it was over 12. So getting back into it felt a little easier. I was worried about my hamstrings; they were tight. I'd been essentially working all day in a chair, so hadn't really been moving. I think maybe that was it. So good to be running. That was 28 minutes. Some warm up, cool down, which I'm about to go finish, and then I'll put a photo up of the run stats, and then I'll run again in 2 days. All right, so this is going to be day 3. So this will kind of end out the first week. It is the hottest day of the week, so kind of sitting in the mid to high 80s. So that'll be fun for the run, but looking forward to it. My dog is looking very forlornly, expecting me to come back for the run quickly, so I guess that might be motivation. Halfway done, feeling pretty slow. Okay, finished up 30 minutes, 2.6 miles. So a little bit slower than I was 2 days ago. Still a little faster than I was the first day. Definitely feeling it. I think I didn't eat super well prior to this. Maybe that's why. It's also hotter. So, trying to learn when the best time for me to run is and how to kind of appropriately have energy. So, learning. Got any tips? Let me know. I still like this couch now to 10K. So, and next week, I think it starts kind of intervals and then builds up. So, we'll go from there. Glad that I am done with this week. I always feel better after running or after working out, which is annoying. Like, I don't know, somebody should start a whole fitness line and industry saying that you feel better after you work out. I imagine nobody's ever came up with that. So, that's that. I'm going to upload the photo of the run and then follow for next week. He waited very patiently, so the reward is I want to go on a walk, finish up,